cheat sheet here. Okay.
Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm excited to be talking to Denise de Vines, who's the event chair of Celebrate JC. Right now, Denise, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on the Mountain Morning Show. Let's talk about this event, Celebrate JC. JC referring to local Park City resident Julie Chamberlain, correct?
Correct. That Julie owns Park City Sports Massage, but most people have known her from her background with the skiing industry, that she's been an instructor in both alpine and telemark disciplines.
Wow.
With PSIA level 3, which is a big deal to get to that level.
Absolutely. It takes a long time to get to even level 2, so to get to level 3.
And she's been a USSA coach, so she's been at, she's taught at Deer Valley, she's taught at PCMR, she's taught at Snowbird. And, you know, she's had a lot of the farm teams, including she taught Ted Ligety when he was 10 years old, 4-time Olympic champion. So obviously she's very good at what she does.
She's a very talented skier herself,
Absolutely.
as well as a very, very talented instructor. Unfortunately, Julie's been diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and multiple myeloma is a cancer of the bone marrow, correct?
Correct. And it's really sort of interesting that she was having symptoms back in the summer of last year, but they didn't diagnose her until November, when she was rushed to the hospital with kidney failure, because it had, you know, obviously worn down her immune system, and that worked against her. But she's been receiving excellent treatment down at Huntsman, and we're going to beat this, but it's been a longer process than usual because it wasn't diagnosed correctly early on.
Absolutely.
So.
And that's very unfortunate. Let's talk about this event, which is helping to cover some of her medical expenses, which obviously are very, very expensive, especially when it comes to cancer treatment. Luckily, we are blessed to have one of the best cancer institutes in all of the country, and maybe even part of the world, here in Utah. So
Absolutely.
Luckily she's getting treated in some of she's very taken care of, but she does need help with some of these medical expenses.
Absolutely, and with living expenses, because, as you know, obviously as a masseuse, and she is very well known because of the sports focus of her masseuse, and she's worked on me. I'm amazed, all right?
Yeah.
You know, because I teach at Deer Valley, and you pick up little kids at my age, that's hard on your back, okay?
You start to feel it after a long day of skiing, right? Yeah.
So anyway, I'm living testament to the fact that I can still get around, you know, because of her. But the reality is that she's been unable to work, and so probability, I'm expecting early summer she'll be back full on with the practice, but which is in
That's
Prospector,
great. Yeah.
okay? But you know, the fact this is a local situation, that we're really reaching out to make sure that she's on top of just being able to keep her car in her house, home too. I mean, these are realities, and it's easy to get behind the 8 ball when you're a self-proprietor, you
Absolutely.
know. So.
And it's important to support people in our community like her as well. So let's talk about the event specifically. It's going to be taking place this Saturday, March 31st, from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Elks Lodge here in Park City. It's on 550 Main Street. What's the event going to be like? What can people expect?
Okay. Well, first of all, finding the place is, you know, and I have to say the Elks Lodge, it's kind of a blast from the past. It's really neat. You kind of go in. It's a little older school, you know, a little more reminiscent of Main Street, you know, a few decades ago. Okay, but that's great because it's a family environment. So, you know, it's something where you come, if you go toward the trading post, that is where you go up the stairs to the side, so you might miss it otherwise, but we'll have signage to help guide you there. But we're going to have 3 bands.
Okay.
So we have Bruce Music, of course, and Bruce has been instrumental in helping behind the scenes with this event too, on planning it. We're going to have Marty Morrison of the Small House Strings, and then we have a couple specialty people that are going to join in the jam at the end. Lori Beeler, Jeff Coleman, and Jordan Craigle are going to come in and jam with us. So we're going to have dancing. We're going to have some libations there. You know, we have a host for the wine bar, and we've got
excellent. Yeah, you guys are going to have some really good wine, beer.
We've got some eats, and again, this is all donations from local markets, things like that, coming in, helping us. We're going to have silent auction items.
Very nice.
As well as raffle prizes, or opportunity, as we say in Utah, right? Opportunity, you know. But as far as the overall, so we're asking for a minimum donation of $20 some, some families, that's what they can do. We're hoping, of course, to have people realize that an event like this would be more like a $45, $50
Absolutely.
ticket item to come in. And, not to say that we're trying to bilk people for money, but the reality is the expenses, we need to raise $20,000. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
But, in the event that we're going to have the bands playing like 45-minute sets, there'll be music, we'll do raffles in between. And of course, we're going to do 3 live auction items in addition to the silent auctions.
Excellent.
All right, and just to tell you, the outpouring of the local businesses is amazing.
That have donated to this event.
Oh yeah, I mean, and really, I think what got me sort of going on this is what I did professionally before I retired. So, it's a little easier for me to go in and say, hi, can you help us? And, but at the same time, our community gets it. It's still, even though we're growing and becoming a little more corporate in nature, the small businesses get it.
Absolutely.
And it's so warming. And, we talk about supporting local business. It's so neat to have, Deer Valley didn't blink an eye to give me 4 lift tickets for next year, Jan's to give me skis and Christie Sports and, and Cole Sports. They all just went, oh yeah, what can we do to help? This is part of their community, and they're like, yeah, and the restaurants, oh my gosh, Ruth Chris and Grub Steak and the establishment.
Wow.
Everybody's giving us stuff. So we got a
some,
lot of stuff.
It seems like there's going to be some great prizes in store for you if you go. $20 is the minimum donation. Obviously, if you suggested, obviously, if you can donate more, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's talk a little bit about some of the prizes that are going to be featured. We brought this up because this is obviously one of the very best and biggest prizes that you can get. I don't know if you can see with this glare. I'm going to try and tilt it so you can kind of see a little bit better.
It's actually that we're even though we're raffling or not raffling, this is in the silent auction, the poster from Beaver Creek. The actual poster,
yes.
But we have Ted Liggety's Olympic ski suit, and that's probability. If you were to go out and get that on eBay or something, it would go over $1,500.
Absolutely.
So we're hoping that's our grand auction item. Obviously, I mentioned the skis. We've got skis from Jan's and from Christie Sports. Those are big ticket items.
So
we also have overnight stays and dinner at Zermatt.
Wow.
We've got Park City Hotel and Ruth Chris combo. So we've got some really big ticket items as well. We have Park City Gun Club gave a year membership.
Wow.
If you were to buy that, that's $450. So there's a lot of value added. We've had people personally donate items too, helmets. I walked into Switchback Sports. They're a smaller shop there, but they gave us not only a gift certificate but a helmet, as well. So there's a lot of mileage of these smaller stores that have stepped forward, which is really neat.
It's great to hear. Yeah, I always love hearing how great Park City is as a community and stepping in to support one another. And like you said, even though the community is slightly changing, we're growing and becoming a little bit more corporate, I guess you could say, we still have that kind of hometown feel in the sense that we are always willing to lend a helping hand and support each other.
Absolutely.
So again, this is the Celebrate JC event. It's happening March 31st at 6:30 to 9:30 at the Elks Lodge here in Park City. It's located at 550 Main Street, Park City. As you said, Denise, it's going to be kind of a little bit tricky to find, but look out for the signage. It'll absolutely be there, and if you need help finding it, just ask. There'll definitely be someone to point you in the right direction. And
definitely. Upstairs. That's the main thing. Upstairs.
Remember, upstairs. Denise, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep, as always, for coming on. We really appreciate it. Again, that is March 31st from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Elks Lodge. Asking for a minimum of $20 suggested donation to get in, but that gets you plenty of great entertainment. There's going to be a live band, a silent auction, as well as some raffle games, some wine, beer, and great food as well. Be sure and make it down there this Saturday, March 31st. We'll be right back right here on the Mountain Morning Show.